Bill Burr used to be a fantastic comedian, but now he's weak, spineless, pathetic, and a shell of his former self, and he is everything wrong with modern society. What's rockin' my rock and roll? Today's video, like the intro said, we are gonna be roasting Bill Burr. Something that I honestly didn't think I'd ever do. Like most people, I used to be a huge Bill Burr fan back in the day, and I stopped watching him. Not just him. I stopped watching just comedy shows in general over the past, few last years, just because life happens and you find different stuff to watch, yada yada. But I've watched this video from Moon, the channel Moon. If you guys probably all know who he is. Makes those awesome videos about different topics. And he did this video recently. I'll pull it up here. When Conan exposes Bill Burr is a fraud, and he basically talks about how there's this episode of like the Conan podcast, Conan Needs a Friend, and the video title is on Conan's channel. The video is Bill Burr live from the Fonda Theater in Hollywood. Full episode. Conan O'Brien needs a friend, and basically. The main point of Moon's video and that Conan podcast was the whole like Riyadh comedy festival fiasco that happened last year. And so basically a bunch of comedians were invited over by the Saudi royal family to help bring their country to a more modern activity, so to speak. So basically Saudi wants to kind of reinvent themselves, put themselves out there, open themselves up to the Western world and the world in general, and show, like, hey, we're not like what the news shows. We want to be a part of, basically modern society, so to speak. So Bill was part of this group of comedians that went over here, and some other ones you see, Tom Segura, not surprised. Pete Davidson, I'm definitely not surprised he went. What was his name? Mark Normand, he's kind of funny. Dave Chappelle, which is shocking he went over there. Andrew Schultz, I'm not surprised. Kevin Hart, not surprised. But basically a bunch of big name comedians went over there. And immediately when this happened, this caused basically a huge controversy. People were just like, well, how can these comedians, defenders of free speech, so to speak, go over to talk, and to perform for the Saudis? And in Bill's case, he has spent, the last few years just berating billionaires, dictators, people at the top, but yet he happily takes, I think it was reported each comedian got offered three on the low end 300,000 to 1.6 million on the high end for the bigger name comics. So someone like Bill Burr, he probably got at least $1 million with how big he is. And it's just funny because they talk all this big game censorship is bad and all this, and we need to fight the system when it's over here in America. But yet when the Saudis do it, they just roll over and take the money and ignore it. A bit hypocritical, wouldn't you say? And the funny thing in Bill's case is when he got called out for it, which, rightfully so, his fans did. His fans mainly called him out for being a hypocrite. That was, the big thing. And when they called him out, he just attacked them. He called his fans racist and cowards, which is what? A comedian like Bill calling his fans those? What? And then they still kept bringing it up, and he doubled down. He attacked him even more. And it's dude, what are we doing? I think a lot of fans would have more respect for him if he just owned it, I wanted to see, a different country, I took the money, yeah, okay, people would even be okay, well, he's honest, okay, I mean, we can't do anything about that, but, it's the hypocritical nature of it. That's why people were upset. And in the Moon video, I won't play any clips here, just go watch that video, it's a great video. He talks about that, and even on, the Conan podcast, so the Conan podcast was, what was that, it was October, it was somewhere in October 2025 was when the episode dropped on YouTube, and Conan asked about it, and you could see Bill Burr keep doubling down, attacking his fans and critics, but you can even tell that Conan was a little bit uncomfortable, which is kind of wild because Conan and Bill, obviously they're very close friends, and Conan's usually a jokey guy, but even he was very quiet and almost dead looking, like a robot, just listening to him
Were you scared before you went?
100%.
Because I had the same idea of that part of the world as everybody else. I thought I was going to go there. There was going to be a bunch of people dressed like Yasser Arafat, shooting machine guns in the air, going, "Back to America! There's one! Cut his fucking head off!" Oh my God. And I will tell you, the Cheesecake Factory in Riyadh, man, it's incredible. It's right next to the Pizza Hut and the KFC, and if you want a pair of Timberlands, it's across the street next to the Marriott, catty corner to the fucking Hilton.
And it's not just the comedy festival. This has been happening for Bill Burr for years now. And like I said, I was kind of not aware of this because I hadn't watched Bill Burr in a few years. So his latest special came out last year on, so it was the Drop Dead years. It was like in March 2025 it came out. And like I said, I hadn't watched Burr for a few years before then. So when that special came out, I'm like, oh my God, Bill Burr has a new special. I remember him. I'm going to watch it. And watching it, I laughed a few times, but there was something off about it. Something seemed different about Bill. I couldn't pinpoint it at the time. Now I do. And basically, he became the thing he used to hate. It's the classic line in The Dark Knight. You know, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. That describes Bill to a T. Like, before then. Before, he used to attack everybody equally. Men, women, you know, black, white, doesn't matter. But now it just seems he specifically targets white people, both men and women, mainly women, like, relentlessly. Just, like, bombards them. It's like, dude, like, okay, like, I thought you were supposed to, like, attack everyone equally. Why are you just, like, picking on this one group, so to speak? Which, let's be honest, we know why. Like, look at some of these clips and tell you this is not a man who deeply hates himself.
I think white people as a race behave like narcissists. We're like, oh, that never happened. That was a long time ago. I'm not going to hire you, but get a job, you lazy bastard. Like, you choose to live this way. Like, we as a race kind of fucking just don't take responsibility for anything or just say it was a long time.
I think everybody doesn't take responsibility for things they don't want to.
Once again, I think everybody's doing that. No, there's adults out there. There's people out there that actually be like, you know what, you're right.
Well, we're not getting into politics.
Wrong. No, I had no fucking idea. Because you know what was funny? One time I did Abu Dhabi, and one person texts me, "Oh, you're going over there to get that blood money, right?" And I go, "Hey, you know, just for the record, I'm also doing London, England on that tour, you know, which is arguably the bloodiest fucking money out there." So there's like that element of racism to it, where if brown people are doing it, it's fucked up. If white people are doing it, whoa, what are you talking about? You know, almost like sports. So
see what I mean? He only picks on white people. Never forget all like the, you know, all the brown and black people doing it. But when white people do it, like look at like that Conan clip, that second one. When Conan was like, oh, like when he was talking about people criticizing him, and he was like, oh, like you're taking blood money. Well, oh yeah, but like, what about London? What about London? They did it too. And it's like, okay, that's not the point. Like, okay, like it's the same like liberal progressive playbook. When you throw criticism at it, they just go, well, yeah, but white people do it too. And it's like, that's not the point. Like, yes, every race does bad shit. No, there is not one, you know, great race that's just, harmony and peace and love. No, they all do heinous stuff to each other. It's just how humans are. Okay, I can't change that. You can't change it. Sorry. And the biggest thing I personally hate about Bill Burr, yeah, that's the anti-white stuff. That's big, which we all know why. Look who he's married to. The biggest thing I get upset by is he is playing this, how do you want to say this like middle of the road fence sitter. Like, oh hey man, like it's not left or right, it's not rich or poor, it's the billionaires are trying to divide us. That same just hippie BS. Like that may have worked like 5 to 10 years ago, maybe, but nowadays, no, nobody's buying that now. It's gone.
He is the reference. Anytime you want to say somebody's evil, you just say he is the next Donald Trump. He's the next. It's always he's the next. He died like, 75 fucking years ago? Nothing quiets a room like dropping the H-bomb.
This guy Sieg-Heiled twice. Veterans people in the armed services that died trying to stop. And then this guy comes in, and does that while being an immigrant too, which is kind of the whole thing. Just none of it like tracks how you can be the support the troops. America, love it or leave it. And then this guy comes in and gives a shout out to.
And I'm glad to say, it's not just me. That Conan video, that full episode Conan posted, it got ratioed. So as of right now, so it's been out for almost a full year. It's sitting at 9.5, so about 9,500,000. So 9,500 likes and 11,000 dislikes. Got ratioed. Conan and Bill Burr together got ratioed. That would have been unheard of 10 years ago. But here we are, and it's all because Bill has now become the thing he hated. He became that Hollywood elite. Now, granted, he's still not a billionaire. I think his net worth was like 25 million, I think last time I checked. So he is a millionaire, but he's not, the upper class. But, he always presents himself as like, the everyday working man, the blue collar type, which back then, yeah, he did represent. But now, like, he always talks about, his helicopter. He has a helicopter. It's like, okay, he lives in Los Angeles. And, like, there was a clip on here, I didn't include it in the video, but there's a clip on him on Jimmy Kimmel, like after like the big Palisades fires happened last year, and he's defending like the LAPD, like, oh yeah, they did what they could, and you guys should lay off them. It's like, if you look into that, yeah, they LAPD did it on purpose. You might not want to admit it, but they let those houses burn. Why? Because it's real estate for BlackRock, which everyone with a brain and open eyes knew that was happening. But oh no, here comes Bill Burr, fence sitter, like, hey man, the billionaires are trying to divide us? In conclusion, guys, Bill Burr is everything wrong with modern society. He's a weak, spineless white man, probably riddled, well not probably, he is definitely riddled with white guilt, something he cannot get a hold of, and it is destroying his career. Now granted, it's not destroyed, but ever since this Riyadh Comedy Festival and more people started to see this basically anti-American stuff, he has like kind of disappeared from the public eye. Now you could say, oh, he is a millionaire, maybe that's why he's doing other stuff. Maybe. But also I think it's because audiences are waking up to this stuff and realizing these people, they're not what they seem. And Bill, unfortunately, is one of those latest casualties.